Andrea Dowell, Machida Pettis, Lauren Pilkington, and Anna Norfleet will be the starters. Norfleet will be on the point. Pilkington and Pettis will be on the wings, and Dowell and Horton will be working the inside for the Riverdale Lady Warriors here tonight. Lebanon and Riverdale. The introductions continue for the Lady Warriors of Riverdale High School as Pilkington is introduced. Norfleet is introduced.
Got Lanning in there, Clyde.
Okay, they're going to start
curve.
Lanning instead of, well, instead of Pettis, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lanning, Starlet Lanning will be in the lineup along with Crystal Horton, Andrea Dowell, and Lauren Pilkington and Anna Norfleet. And now for the Lebanon Devilettes here in a homecoming battle. Good crowd coming in tonight. And we expect to have this thing full before it's over.
Well, I don't know if this is a sign of things to come, but more Devilettes than usual are going sans the warm-up tonight as they sit on the bench, so we may see more of the bench players come off tonight.
Well, good. Here is Simonis. Ashley Simonis. Kelly Hollums. Megan Thompson. Kristen Kirkland. And Amanda Wilbert will do the starting. Wilbert, Simonis, Hollums, Kirkland, and Thompson for Lebanon. Horton, Dowell, Pilkington, Norfleet, and Lanning for Riverdale.
Well, I've noticed Devilettes look to be in a pretty good mood. They were having fun down there in their practice, and they come out, all 5 of them, with a big smile on their face. And can't say that I've seen that out of them in the last few games as they were being introduced. They maybe had a little smirk, but tonight it's all smiles, so they're pumped and they're ready to go, Clyde.
It'll have to be. They better be pumped because this Riverdale ball club is a tough outfit. They're leading the district, I think, and, well, maybe behind Cookville. Cookville, I think, is a district leader. Riverdale probably second right now. Wilbert and Horton to jump in at midcourt, and here with the play-by-play call is Zach Bennett.
Well, they've changed numbers on us again, Clyde. Crystal Horton's wearing 43 instead of the 33 she wore back at home. Well, the ball is tipped in the air, and Riverdale wins the tip, and here they come to begin this game. Riverdale, as usual, as the visitor does at Lebanon, working on the basket to your left in the first half. Norfleet over to Dowell. Dowell just inside the three-point line. Tosses it out to Lanning. And Norfleet has it on the right side. Norfleet making her way back to the top of the key and gets it back to Pilkington. Back over to Norfleet on the left side. Looking for somebody to go to. Gets it to Dowell. Dowell, long pass underneath the Horton, who knocks it off the glass and good to give Riverdale a quick 2-0 lead early on. So Lebanon now working on the basket to your right. Their first possession of the ball game. Ashley Simonis with it between the circles. Simonis bounce pass over to Helms on the left side. Nearly lost it. Helms comes up with it. Stops before she could take a shot from about 12 feet out. Gets it back out to Simonis between the circles. Ashley playing aggressively, looking for somebody to go to. Gets it over to Kirkland on the right. Kirkland making her way over toward the right side. Almost had the ball stolen by Norfleet. Now Riverdale does come up with it. Lauren Pilkington with the steal. And in the backcourt by herself, double dribbles, Clyde.
Well, hit it with both hands.
She was looking over at Coach Bird over there on the sideline and just double dribbled it and all by herself back there. Not what you want to do if you're Riverdale. Just turn the ball over on a careless turnover like that. Simonis now with the ball for Lebanon. Bounce pass to Kirkland on the right wing. Kirkland back to Wilbert at the top of the key. Lob into Thompson. Is going to be tipped by Horton and go out of bounds, so it will belong to the Devilettes under their own basket.
Well, Lebanon's not going to be able to do that lob with Horton under there. No, she's a good jumper and long arms.
Helms to toss it in all the way out to Kirkland on the outside, then back over to Helms on the right for a three. Got it! So Lebanon takes the lead on a Kelly Helms three-pointer from the far right wing along the baseline. It's 3-2 Lebanon. Riverdale, Lebanon a full-court press trying to keep Riverdale in the backcourt. Not going to happen. Long feed to Norfleet goes over her head and off the Devilette face on, or the Devil face on the wall over there. Lebanon gets the ball back on another Riverdale turnover, so Lebanon with a chance to open up this lead to possibly 3 or 4. Simonis crossing the Big L, making her way down to the right side of the floor. Could have got caught double dribbling there, but didn't. Gets it over to Kirkland, who is promptly fouled by Anna Norfleet.
First foul, Norfleet. First foul of the ball game.
Saying that, it's rather obvious it's going to be an out-of-bounds foul, so Kelly Hallams will toss it in as usual here on close to us over here, Clyde. Simonis with the ball between the rings. Looking for somebody. Gets it over to Kelly Hallams on the left side. Hallams almost lost that dribble out of bounds, but instead comes up with it. Gets it back over to Simonis on the right side. Again, back over to Hallams. They're just tossing it around the horn. Hallams going to lose it out of bounds off her own knee. That belongs to Riverdale. So Pilkington bringing it across the timeline for the Lady Warriors. Passing it over to Dow, who almost lost the dribble. She promptly throws it into the third row of Lebanon fans. I don't know who she was throwing it to, but the coach for Riverdale, Michael Burt, does not like what he's seeing, so they call time. It's Lebanon 3, Riverdale 2 with 5:34 to go in the first. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Lebanon's got it in backcourt.
Let's play some basketball. Ashley Simonis to bring it across the timeline for Lebanon. She does just that. Now Riverdale meets her. She passes it over to Amanda Wilbert, still outside the circle. Wilbert begins a dribble, spins, tries to move inside the paint. She walked with it. Rather obvious. You can't take 4 steps before you take a shot, Clyde, so they're going to give the ball to Riverdale. She wasn't fooling anybody with that one. Here comes 25 Lanning all the way down the sideline. She tosses it into Norfleet, who just flings one up there. Doesn't go in. Another shot, this one from 43. That shot doesn't go in, and Lebanon comes down with the rebound. Megan Thompson. Crystal Horton had 2 shots, Clyde, that just didn't do anything. Bounced high off the rim, and Lebanon comes up with it. And Ashley Simonis, well, she nearly got tackled right there by Lauren Pilkington. So mark that down as a second team foul against the Lady Warriors, and Kelly Hallams will throw it in from the far side. Tossing it in to Wilbert. Amanda looking for somebody to go to, begins to dribble, trying to get it to the point guard, Ashley Simonis. Lauren Pilkington didn't want any of that. Pilkington's not afraid to make contact with you. Kirkland with it now on the outside. Lob in underneath to Wilbert. She takes a shot off the glass. Thompson with the tip back into Wilbert's hands. And where is the whistle? The ball is going to be jump ball, and they're going to give it to Lebanon on the possession arrow. But Amanda Wilbert was just mugged by Crystal Horton as she tried to take that shot, and no whistle. Kelly Hallams to toss it in. Lobs it back to Wilbert. Back over to Hallams on the left wing. Gets it back to Simonis at the top of the key and over to Kirkland on the right. Kirkland making her way in. Shoots it off the glass, off the rim. Nobody gets it except Riverdale. Andrea Dowell. So here comes the Lady Warriors across the timeline. It's Lauren Pilkington. Passing it over to Lanning on the right side. Back to Norfleet up top. Norfleet down underneath the Dowell. The shot from about 8 feet out off the front rim. Rebounded by 43 Horton, who puts it in afterwards. So it's 4-3 Riverdale halfway through the first quarter. Kirkland with it, trying to lob it underneath to Thompson, and Dowell comes in and knocks it out of bounds for Riverdale. Here comes our first substitution of the night. Coming into the game is Mashita Pettis for Anna Norfleet. Hallams to throw it in from underneath the basket, gets it into Megan Thompson, who throws it over and back. She was throwing it back to Simonis, and Ashley wasn't ready for it. And before she could save it, it was over half court, so that's a turnover. Give it to Riverdale. Pettis at the half court line to throw it in for the Lady Warriors. He tried to get it back to Pilkington, who lost the dribble in the backcourt. Bounce pass over to Dowell at the top of the key, back to Pilkington. Pilkington underneath the Horton. They're going to call a push-off on Horton. Loose ball foul on Crystal Horton. I think Amanda Wilbert was prepared to take that foul, and he called it the other way. So Lebanon gets the ball. Mark that down as the third team foul against Riverdale. Lebanon yet to be guilty. They get it over to Kelly Hallams on the left side. Hallams at the top of the key, trying to make her way into the paint. Doesn't do so. Gets it back to Kristen Kirkland, who gets called for a carry.
Dribbled it over their head. They'll get you for that.
Yep. So here comes Riverdale. Pilkington at the top of the key over to Horton. Horton trying to make her way inside, pushes off of Wilbert, takes a shot and misses it. So it doesn't matter anyway, but they're not calling any fouls tonight on Crystal Horton and Amanda Wilbert. They're just letting them play. Over to Hallams on the far left. Her shot is stuffed. Crystal Horton just stuck the hand up there and knocked that one right out of the air. Riverdale back with it. Lauren Pilkington to Horton at the top of the key. Horton now just inside the three-point line. Takes a shot. It's off the glass. Rebounded by Pilkington. Then Dowell tried to come up with a rebound and just dribbles it out of bounds, so they're going to give it back to Lebanon. A lot of turnovers, a lot of careless turnovers so far in the first quarter. Lebanon bringing it back down the floor. Simonis passing it over to Kristen Kirkland, making her way down the baseline, tries to take a shot. It's totally stuffed by Horton. Mark that down as 2 big blocks. Now it's Wilbert back out to Kirkland. The shot from Kirkland off the rim, rebounded by Horton. Long feed to 24. Pettis goes right through her hands and out of bounds. It's going to belong to Lebanon again. Christy Morris making her way in for Riverdale, taking the place of Andrea Dowell.
Riverdale making numerous mistakes, but Lebanon not capitalizing on any of them.
2:14 to go. Riverdale leading by a point, 4-3.
Lebanon still with only 1 basket here in the first quarter.
Just trying to make sure your pin don't run out of ink over there, Kristen Kirkland with it at the top of the key. Making her way into the paint just in front of the foul line. Takes a shot. Now you get to use that pin. 5-4 Lebanon. Kirkland from about 10 feet out knocks it down. Here comes Pilkington for Riverdale, crossing the timeline. Gets it over to Lanning. Making her way over to the right side. Lanning passes it over to 24 Pettis for 3. Got it from the far right side. And what'd they call?
I think they called it a 2. Must have had her foot on the line. No, now they put it up.
Now they put the 3rd point up there. Why'd they stop the clock? Stop the clock and stop the whole game for that? Oh, well. Live and let live, I guess. Simonis to cross the timeline. Lebanon now down by 2. It's 7-5. And they're going to call a foul against 21, Christy Morris. Totally pushed off of, I believe it was Wilbert, back there beyond the 3-point line. So they're going to give it to Lebanon again out of bounds. Lebanon down by 2, 7-5 with 1:25 to go. Riverdale 4 fouls, Lebanon with none. Hallams tossing it in. Gets it to Wilbert. Between the circles. Gets it back to Simonis. Very physical game. I don't think we've seen a girls game this year that's been this physical. Hallams at the top of the key. Making her way over, bounce pass underneath to Megan Thompson, who takes it off the glass. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Riverdale's Crystal Horton. So give it back to the Devilettes underneath the basket with 1:03 seconds. Gets it to Hallams for 3, in and out. And rebounded by Riverdale. Machida Pettis. Long feed over to Lanning for 3. Got it. 10-5 Riverdale after that 3-point shot from Starlet Lanning from the left side of the 3-point circle.
Well, back-to-back threes by Riverdale has given them a 5-point lead.
Lebanon, I don't know if they're going to play for the last shot of the quarter. Well, they're not. Wilbert takes a shot from about 6 feet out, gets it down, so it's 10-7 Riverdale with about 30 seconds to go. Norfleet getting it over to Morris, and now out all by herself is Machida Pettis, who again sinks another 3-pointer for Riverdale, and that's a 6-point lead, 13-7. They're adding to that lead 1 point at a time.
3 threes in a row.
Simonis spinning, making her way down underneath, bounce pass to Thompson. Her shot is up, but she's going to be pushed by Horton in the process. So send Thompson to the line for 2 as we visit the charity stripe for the first time of the night.
It's 2 on Horton.
2 fouls in the first quarter. Megan for her first one. Gets it. Nothing but net. Riverdale sends a couple players back deep with 4.3 seconds to go. Thompson's second shot is off. Rebounded